So up to this point for your research paper, you should have already chosen a thesis, done some research, and even taken some notes. However, you may have quite a bit of information, and we want to figure out how to organize your notes. So the goal for organizing your notes is to be able to effectively communicate your thoughts, your ideas, your insights, and the research, the things that you have found. And this is really the most important stage in writing a research paper. So first, in organizing your notes, be sure that you sort out all the information you've gathered according to your outline. And you might want to use folders or highlighters. You might want to even mark things with different colors for different points you want to make. And you may want to prefer to label your information according to the letters and numbers that you've had in your outline. For example, maybe you want to say A, 2, and C, which would relate to the section A, part 2, and item C of your outline. There are other ways that you could do this as well. If you want to do it digitally, create some formats and some folders, just as you would as if you had a piece of paper. Step 2 is you really want to take the time to critically analyze all of your data. Make sure that you check and you verify the information is factual and correct. You also want to make sure that it's up to date. In our world where things are changing so quickly, it's very easy for us to be able to find a source that fits what we want to say, but may no longer be valid as information and research has changed. Also, make sure that you use the best available sources. Step 3, make sure that you do look at opposing views. Don't ignore them. They're vital to your information and to your research paper. You want to take some time to really explain how these opposing views don't discredit your thesis. Make sure that you do acknowledge them. Step 4, discard any information and research that's really not relevant to your topic. And sometimes we find this difficult because we find something that is really cool or really awesome, and we get really excited about this research or this particular thing. And then we realize, it may not really apply to what we're doing. Also, make sure that you discard any information that you don't really understand. Don't just quote it because you can, or because it uses space in order for you to fill up that page requirement. You want to make sure that you know what you are saying. This only validates who you are as a researcher and a writer. Make sure that the information you have and that you note is really carefully recorded and that you've made it in your own words. Also, make sure that you avoid plagiarism. This is really a big problem sometimes. And make sure that you use quotes. But always, always, always make sure that your source and your quotes are less than 10% of your total paper. Lastly, make sure you have a bibliography. You might want to call it research, sources, bibliography, works cited. It's up to you. It's going to really depend upon what kind of notation you are using, particularly if you are asked to follow an APA or an MLA style. Make sure that you have a detailed list of that biographical information for each work that you have cited, and make sure that you have the information in there correctly and that it is put onto that works cited page.